Hello, BJ. Very basic Bible. We are here to do some Bible topics. All right, make my face a little smaller. Let's uh let's start reading since it's open to 1 Kings 11. Okay, I'm just gonna read. I'll read 11 1 to 13. This is possibly one of the most. It's very sad, but it's important. Okay, here we go. It's a turning point. Okay, here. Now King Solomon loved many foreign women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites of the nations. Okay, so we love many women. That's not good, we don't think. All these ites, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said to the children of Israel, you shall not go among them, neither shall they come among you, for surely they will turn away your heart after other gods. He married people of the nations, which he always said, don't go among them. Don't let them come to you. For surely Solomon didn't just go among them or let them. Solomon married them, loved many foreign women. Well, it doesn't say married, it does say loved, though. Let's see. Okay. Solomon joined to these in love. Oh, wait. Don't let them go among you, neither shall they come among you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon joined these in love. He had 700 wives, so he did marry them, princesses, and 300 concubines. His wives turned his heart away. Look at this. His wives turned his heart away. What did God say? For surely they will turn your heart away. Turn your heart after other gods. His wives turned his heart away. When Solomon was old, his wives turned away his heart. His wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect before Yahweh his God, as the heart of David his father was. David did some terrible things. One we know of at least. There's another thing about David we're not completely sure. Oh hey, I had to leave. My cats were fighting and come back. So yeah, David did some bad stuff, but he continued to worship God. Solomon went after other gods. Listen to this. When Solomon was old, his wives turned away his heart after other gods. His heart was not perfect for Yahweh his God, as the heart of David his father was. Okay, David's heart was perfect because he continued to worship God. Solomon's heart was not because he went after other gods. 4. Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians. You're up here, Sidonians. And after Milcom, the abomination, that's a false god, an idol, of the Amorites. Up here, Ammonites. Up here, Ammonites. Solomon did that which was evil in Yahweh's sight and didn't go fully after Yahweh as David his father did. Remember, David screwed up and had screw ups in his life. But he continued to worship God. Nowhere in David's life, if we were to go search, if we were to go do like a 10 episode, hour and a half each video and just search for, did David ever go after other gods? We would never find it. David did other bad things, but he never went after other gods. Yahweh remained his God. But Solomon here, then Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moabites. And on the mountain that is before Jerusalem. That's not good. The mountain that is before Jerusalem. So the most holy place where God chose to put his name, the temple is in Jerusalem. Solomon built a high on the mountain that is before Jerusalem. You're in Jerusalem, there's a mountain, just go right over there. And when they say mountain, there's like, they're not really tall, rugged, boom, it's like hills. To us, they'd be like large hills, but you go up the mountain to worship. You go up the really tall hill to worship. And Solomon puts one right there. Before Jerusalem might mean actually the mountain that Jerusalem is built on, even. For let's see. For Molech. Oh, we already said this one, right? Molech, the abomination of children of Ammon. It's right here. Milcom, verse 5. Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. So these, even though they say slightly different things, Ammonites, Ammon, Milcom, Molech. I'm pretty certain Milcom and Molech are the same, not just because they both start with an M. You know, have an L in the middle. There's a C. I think they're the same. But one nation, the Ammonites, who are the children of Ammon, and the children of Ammon, who are the Ammonites, um, they could have more than one God. I mean, seems like Israel is. Solomon's like, hey, let's just have all the gods. So he, Solomon, did for all his foreign wives. So he did for all his foreign wives. So he built high places. He went after, what does it say? Built high places. Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians. He probably went after the Hittite gods, the Edomite gods. Edom actually might not have had false gods because that. Let me see. Shall not go. Oh, it does get put into the mix there. Anyway, we'll look at that later. So Solomon did for all his foreign wives who burned incense and sacrificed to their gods. How do you worship in the Old Testament? You sacrifice to Yahweh. How did other places worship? They sacrificed. Solomon was helping them sacrifice. Did he himself sacrifice to the other gods? It'd be no good. Yahweh was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned away from Yahweh, the God of Israel, who had appeared to him twice. God appeared to Solomon twice. That's supposed to make a big, like, they're like, okay, so he appeared to people all the time. Not really. Some people would get like visions of God. Some people would get a vision from an angel. This says Yahweh appeared to Solomon twice. I mean, that means it's a big deal. That's just supposed to mean it's a big deal. Sometimes Yahweh wouldn't appear to for decades, it seems. One person twice in their life. And had commanded him, God, Yahweh appeared to Solomon twice, commanded Solomon concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But Solomon didn't keep that which Yahweh commanded. Therefore, Yahweh said to Solomon, because this is done by you, and you have not kept my covenant and my statutes, so he doesn't blame the foreign wives. He says, Solomon, this is your fault, which I've commanded, since because this is done by you, and you have not kept my covenant, my statutes, which I have commanded you. I will surely tear the kingdom from you, and will give it to your servant. Nevertheless, I will not do it in your days for David your father's sake, but I will tear it out of your son's hand. However, I will not tear away all the kingdom, but I will give one tribe to you for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. So, so because of David, I'm not two things because of David. Okay, for David your father's sake, and then for David my servant's sake. So because of David, two things. I will give one. I will give one tribe to your son. And before David's sake, I will not do it in your days. What is it? Okay. I will surely tear the kingdom away from you, and will give it to your servant. Nevertheless, I will not do it in your days. I will not tear the kingdom away from your hand and give it to your servant in your days for David's sake, but I will tear it out of your son's hand. However, for David's sake, right here, I will not tear away all the kingdom. I will give one tribe to your son. So he's going to tear the kingdom away from Solomon's son, leave Solomon's son with one tribe. This is the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom when they split. This drives the entire trajectory of the rest of the Old Testament. Oh, a good portion of it, at least. So, all right, guys, that's pretty good, I guess. We'll call that one a wrap. That very basic Bible. We'll see y'all in the next video.